All right. Today's been the funniest day ever. It was actually first I was listening to Bullets over on Smash TV. I have to point this out because oh, he was on a panel with a bunch of black pill dudes, and yeah, they don't seem to be a fan of MGTOW, and of course Bullets was there as a representative, and they started in. Good morning, Darkblade. How are you? Darkblade, this is the funniest thing ever. So there were actually a few people. I mean, and it's kind of the same in all the spaces. The majority of the men have 90% of stuff that's like really good, and then like the I guess the stuff that they disagree on. They disagree on pretty hard. So I sent Bullets the link if he wants to join, but I got to point this out because this is the funniest shit ever. Listen to when they start to try to psychoanalyze Bullets.
But what I'm saying is, when you go MGTOW, you're cutting out women completely out of your life. You're not even giving any chance, right? But if you're still going out, you're still having short-term flings, you're still, dating women, hooking up, whatever, you're going to find out real quick. And is there a chance you can meet a 1% woman? Yeah, there is, but you got to be realistic that when we look at these stats, right, there's like less than 5% of women that are actually marriage material. Sure, you can meet one of them, but it's going to, you can't think that like a third of women are marriage material or 50% of women are marriage material. You got to understand, it really is a rare thing. You got to really vet the women so you don't ruin your life basically by picking the wrong woman. So that's
Jake, I think what you just said, that's what it comes down to. But we're going to be going in circles. Let's talk about this MGTOW. I think what Scribe just told him, man. Like, I mean, do you have any like emotional pain from like isolating yourself like that? Because I just feel like, man, not talking to a woman for over 10 years, like that's got to do something to your brain.
What?
It's like, what? Play it again.
That's what it comes down to. But we're going to be going in circles. Let's talk about this MGTOW. I think what Scribe just told him, man. Like, I mean, do you have any like emotional pain from like isolating yourself like that? Because I just feel like, man, not talking to a woman for over 10 years, like that's got to do something to your brain.
What?
Well, the guy's a coper. He goes online and talks to women still online. So he's not real MGTOW.
It gave me clarity because I don't have pussy on the brain.
Okay, fake towel Bullets. Why do you talk to women online?
Oh, say what is it? Is he saying fake towel? Hey, Contriver. Good morning. Good morning, Lord Jeremy. See how these black pillows castigate Bullets? It was a month ago or something, but I disliked it. Let me see this. Any man who lives on his terms is what they hate. See, what I didn't like, they just kept like... hello, Bullets. Good morning.
Oh, hello.
When he said that, and you were like, what? I was laughing so hard. I was listening to this while I was at work, and I died laughing. So I listened to your farts in a jar. Dude, that was so funny. And then I got most of the way through Kush's stream. my takeaway from yours. Hold on, Bullets.
It's ridiculous. It just takes a life of its own.
My takeaway from yours, you're like, we have solutions. You want a solution? Fuck off. That was cracking me up. And then Kush is like, grab your plate of dicks on the way out. I don't know why that was so funny.
Well, just telling it like it is, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I just don't know where a lot of these dudes, pick this shit up at and that's kind of like, my biggest gripe. It's like, I said.
They were trying to tell you that you can't talk to women. I was like, why are they trying to put rules and Bullets? That's not going to end well.
Right, they kicked me out of their, shit. I mean, they kicked me out of their communities and shit. I mean, they ran me out of Shinobi's Discord server.
Yeah.
I'm still in Shinobi's server, but I don't interact with it specifically because, if I say anything or post anything, they're gonna attack Shinobi,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so I mean, I wanted to leave, but Shinobi asked me to stay, so I stayed. But I think it's really unfair that they treat Shinobi, you know, uh, like that, and run. If they ran me out of that server by harassing Shinobi, imagine how many other men they've run off. You know, and
Yeah.
it's really a tragedy, that these infiltrators have invaded these servers, invaded these communities, and have by threat, mind you, and harassment, run men, out of that server, and out of the MGTOW communities, off into other communities like Black Pill and so forth. You know, this is my big gripe about the Black Pill. This is kind of like my gripe with Doc, who wrote a book on the Black Pill,
Mm.
and is taking a leadership position in the Black Pill. There's some things that you have to answer for. He understands that. He knows exactly what I mean. Me and him, we knew each other way back in the day, back when I met Hammerhand for the first time, my first encounter with Chronic and Hammerhand. So, but I never thought that, Doc would go off that way. It's weird. And I'm curious to know how he wound up going down that path. You know, he doesn't really allude to it in the book. It looks like more of his own manifesto of things. So he created this thing, the Black Pill, wrote a book about it. There was a Black Pill Civil War. He created Smash TV, you know, and I went over there a, a couple of times in the past, just to check in on him, but I never
Mm.
really hung out much, or really got in depth, to what they were doing, you know, up until the time, I came over, I contacted him by email. He invited me to this panel, and I wound up on this panel. And it turned into, at first, I thought it was just going to be, a friendly back and forth with Doc. I was going to hang out, and get along with everybody, but that wasn't the case. As soon as Doc dropped off, it started to turn more from like, an interview of who I am and what I'm about, into a struggle session.
Yeah.
And if you watch it in its entirety, I thought about like, going over this, myself, and making a video about it. But I think, your take on it would be interesting as well, as an outside perspective of the
Yeah.
ridiculousness of all of this. And for those of you who have never witnessed a struggle session before, Brother Contriver understands what a struggle session is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is a good example, on how stupid it can turn into.
Yeah, I didn't finish listening to all of it because I saw your I saw your message and then went over to Cush's. I was like, oh, this is live right now. So I just thought I'd say hello. But
Oh,
good
the
morning,
last
Mandy.
hour of this just really gets stupid. The yellow smiley face commie on the bottom
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
As this progresses, you'll see him make shit up.
I heard that. Yeah, yeah. Putting words in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
keeps putting words in my mouth and saying shit I never even said.
Yeah.
I mean, these people. I mean, I just don't.
That's what women do when they gaslight you. That's a feminist tactic. I wonder which feminist hands are up his ass working his mouth like a puppet.
Well, one thing that you need to be aware of is that the majority of the people on this panel are left leaning, very hard left leaning.
Well, they sound just like feminists.
Yeah. They're. I don't know what they think they are, but they are anti-white, right wing.
Yeah, I kept hearing that.
And they're anti-MGTOW to the point to where, and they call MGTOW, and Red Pill, they say that it's infiltrated by the right wing. They've
Right.
already lauded us together, as a right wing political movement or being infiltrated by a right wing political movement, and it just shows their ignorance that they don't understand where MGTOW or Red Pill originated from. MGTOW and Red Pill originated from the men's rights activist movement, which is a right wing political movement. So these left wingers came in here, and I guess they really just didn't understand it, and that's why I never took Doc, for a liberal, but apparently he does lean left. He never gave me that vibe. I guess we never really got into the politics of it, but I'll touch more on that later. But yeah, it just gets really ridiculous.
Yeah. That was my favorite part, though. like how bullets, are you suffering any psychological damage from not talking to not sticking your your sticking it in a woman for over 10 years? You're like, what?
Yeah, they really had problems wrapping their head around the idea that I'm a celibate monk.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking true MGTOW celibate abstinent monk for 12 years. And I even tell them I've been abstinent since 2011, and I just don't, I don't want a relationship with a woman. I don't have it in me to make the emotional investment to be involved with another human being in that fashion.
Yeah.
It would take a lot out of me. If I were to get involved with somebody, it would probably destroy me, and I just can't bring myself to do it, so I've had to turn, my process, I tried to enter the dating market, and it wasn't until like 2015 when 2014 or 15, it was right before Robin Williams died, when Pop released the What is MGTOW video. I think it was 2014 or 15 that I got introduced to MGTOW, and I watched a lot of the MGTOW content, and I was just withdrawn into myself with a lot of rage, and then after Susan Wojcicki took over YouTube and was banning channels, and a lot of the MGTOW decided, well, we're going to go look for other platforms, and I wound up on VidMe. Then I came back, and I was still going through my Red Pill Rager process. I mean, we're talking, this took years for me to get over, because there was a bullets for teeth, that wouldn't even think of being on a panel with Mandy here, I mean, I would automatically just just not talk to her, block her, I would probably maybe troll her chat, and give her a piece of my mind and what I think of women and shit. I was a totally different person then. I was a rager, totally consumed by Red Pill rage, and it wasn't until I got went to Lycan Theory and was allowed to speak my mind and allowed to grow and go through my own process. And I really appreciate what Jamie did for me. Jamie will always be my friend, over at Lycan Theory, and the people that I interacted with, there were some really cool people over there, and I'm still friends with them to this day, and they helped me through that process. It took me a long time to figure this out, but that's the cool thing, that now that I have this perspective and I went from Red Pill rage into what I call the Zen pill, and accepted MGTOW as my lifestyle, and found my solitude and Zen in it, I can now share my experience with everybody else and help them transition as well. A lot of men that are around orbiting our communities right now, that are in the Red Pill Rager community, they're not ready to transition. They're still going through process. I understand this. This. Hammerhand went through it. Several other MGTOW have gone through it, and they've moved on. even Terrence Pop and Hammerhand, have women on their channels that they've had back and forth with, like the famous Terrence Pop Karen Strawhan stream, where a lot of the Red Pill Ragers, attacked Terrence, for having Karen on his channel at the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and which just goes to show that those men are still going through their process, and Terrence basically laid down the law, that it's his channel, he'll run it however he wants. I
Yeah.
side with Terrence Pop on that viewpoint, that it is his channel. He can have, if he wants to talk to women, invite women on his channel and talk about these topics, he has every right to do so. And I think that's very important in transitioning, because my friend Lori, my friend Mrs. Kaw, even Harley, who was in Iridium's chat earlier, who informed me that she got a little bit of flack. That shit's going to come to a screeching halt. Harley's a good friend of mine.
Where did Harley get flack?
She's we'll discuss it tomorrow.
Okay.
But I don't want to get too much into it. But just being able to communicate and vent on her, she allowed Lori, Mrs. Kaw, Harley, and other women that were involved in the liking. They were very open-minded and allowed me to vent my frustrations, and that helped in my process. Actually, I think it helped me exponentially to be able to speak to somebody that was relating to me to what I was going through at the time. So, and here I am today. We're going in a new direction. We're taking MGTOW back. I keep, for the longest time, I keep hearing, MGTOW's dead, and a lot of men are going to the black pill, or staying, in the with the red pill rage bullshit. That's fine. If they want to go that way, that's fine. But over here, we need to offer men another option, and that's all this is. That's all MGTOW is. If you want to stay black pill, stay black pill. If you want to stay red pill, in the red pill rager echo chamber, stay there. But remember this. If and when you're ever ready for an option, we have one for you. That's it. We're not here to change you or anything. When you're ready, you know where we're at. We're here for you.
Yeah. Billy. Bleak Bill. Billy, I gotta play this for Billy. Hold on.
I wonder if she finds me attractive for over 10 years. Like, that's got to do something to you. I think what Scribe just...
Listen to this feminist tactic right here, Billy, and then listen to Blitz's response.
Hold on, man. Like, I mean, do you have any, like, emotional pain from, like, isolating yourself like that? Because I just feel like, man, not talking to a woman for over 10 years, like, that's got to do something to your brain.
What?
Sorry. I can't get over how funny that is. You're like,
did you hear what they made up, though? They honestly believe that MGTOW don't associate or talk to women.
Right.
Who taught them
that? The MGTOW that don't associate or talk to women. The small minority of. I mean, I feel like that group is the smallest, and I feel like it's also a symptom of what fucking goes on everywhere in our society. They take the minority and blow it up and blame the majority for it. It's weird.
They made up their own
Right?
mind with no basis to back it up.
Right.
And
right.
During this struggle session, they're putting these rules on me. Well, you're not allowed to talk to women. Okay, who says I'm not allowed to talk to women? Who the fuck is making these rules up? They can't answer that. They can't answer it. They're just making shit up. They've literally brainwashed themselves into believing everything that they're saying. And it's like sitting on a panel of retards, that have no fucking clue what they're talking about, and the irony of it is like six times, about half a dozen times during the 3 or 4 hours I was on this stream, I was asking them to define the red pill. Can you give me a definition of the red pill? Now, I don't know if they were ignoring me you know, or if they didn't know,
Oh, the
but it
black.
took me
Yeah.
almost to the end to get somebody to give me a definition of red pill, and I featured that in my system failure video. You know,
Yeah.
that response. You know, but again, it took 6 attempts for them to get them to respond to me with a definitive answer of what the black pill was.
Yeah. Yeah, it got pretty stupid. I mean, I was listening. The conversation was flowing and flowing and flowing, and then I don't remember which one started it. But see, this is the problem that I have with the MGTOW guys. And then they start calling you fake Tau or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then one was like, "You're not real MGTOW." I'm like, wow, wow. A black pill's gonna try to tell a MGTOW that he's not a MGTOW.
Yeah, these guys, like I said, they brainwashed themselves, you
Yeah.
know, and I like I'm just utterly shocked that, you know, that Doc. And for those of you who don't know Doc, Doc wrote when I met him when he came into Lycan Theory during the 2019-2020 MGTARD wars. You know, he came in very intelligent man. He came into Lycan Theory and made friends really quickly, and he made this app for your phone. You could
Yeah.
download it off. I think you could still download it off of Google Play or the Apple App Store, but it's called the MGTOW Dictionary. Now the guy who wrote the book on the black pill, you know, created an app called the MGTOW Dictionary where I even make contributions to that. You know, I still
Right.
have the snippets here of my contributions to that app on my computer where I actually, you know, define the gynojudicial system and other terms used in the MGTOW community and in the manosphere. So Doc is very well versed in what MGTOW is. So my question to Doc is, how the fuck did you get into the black pill? How did you go? How did you go from MGTOW dictionary to this bullshit?
Yeah, it would be interesting to talk to him and find out his story. I mean, because
Well,
yeah, you know.
well, you know, I'm working on a video. He sent me his book. I read his
Mhm.
book, and I'm gonna do a video review of it and give everybody my honest opinion. No, mind you, I'm not attacking, you know, Doc as a person, but you know, I am going after the philosophy, you know, that he's shilling here. It just, I mean, this is totally you know, I mean, he created the Big Talk Dictionary app, but this
Right.
is the antithesis of that. You know,
Right.
how did you go from MGTOW Dictionary to the Black Pill book? You know, and it's like, you know, when I'm reading his book, he doesn't go into, he describes all the pills, but doesn't describe MGTOW. You know, and it's like, you know, he purposely left that out for some reason. There's just a couple little notes about MGTOW being right wing, you know, full of incels. You know,
See,
I'm
that's
like, you know,
feminist. That's what feminists sound like. Like, who
no,
is the feminist that fed him that bullshit? That's what I
I
want to
don't know.
know. Where is this
I,
feminist? What do you say? Bring forth thy feminist. I want to
right?
talk to that crazy bitch. Yeah.
It's just, yeah. I'm like I said, when I'm in this panel, you know, um, at first it was, you know, after Doc left, you know, and I was left there with Scribe and his crew. You know, Scribe is at the top left. He pretty much, he's like the moderator. You know, he moderates the Smash TV stream. You know, and I remember I was telling him, you know, they wanted to know about me, and you know, I'm an open book. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I want to be open and honest and respond to any of their questions, and they were curious to know how I came into MGTOW. So I told them pretty much my story, being falsely accused of DV, my ex
Mhm.
having, you know, abortions behind my back, which drove me to suicide, to a suicide attempt. You know, and their response is, "Oh, oh, dude, that's black pill. You're black pill. You had a black pill moment. And they're trying desperately to categorize me into their brainwash. They're trying to stereotype me as a
Right.
desperately trying to stereotype me as a black pill, you know?
Right.
And I just thought it was fascinating, a fascinating
I wonder.
experience,
I wonder if
up
that
until the time that
it seems like it kind of recruitment, because you know how all these cults work. They recruit. You know.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like they were trying to get me to agree to their point of view that I had a black pill moment. I tried to explain to them, no, you don't seem to understand. I was blue pill at the time.
You can't
You
just go
know?
from blue pill to black pill.
Right, right. But they're still like trying to justify, yeah, but you may have been blue pill, but you had a black pill moment. Like, no, that's not how this works. You can't make
See,
shit up as you go.
and see, that's what I noticed from all of these groups, because I've been in all the bubbles, and they all say the same thing but call it something else. Like what Billy just said here. Just for the record, I like black pill, but my definition is far different from what seems to be shared. That is a common theme in all the groups. They have their own definition of what this means. And it's so weird because it's like everybody's saying the same damn thing, but they're calling it something else.
Well,
It's so
I'm
weird.
pretty sure that Caduceus and Juan Carlos have their version of Black Pill. No
Yeah.
different than Black Wolf did. Remember Black Wolf? I miss Black Wolf. That dude was so based, man. He was
Yeah.
hilarious. I
Yeah.
loved having him in the chat. Those were good times,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, this is something totally different from what those guys are, doing. I always looked at the Black Pill when I first heard about it, and I, you
Hmm.
know, heard Black Wolf and others talk about it. It seemed kind of nihilistic to me. And I've known about the Black Pill as far back as in the HOM. There were a few people that decided, that the next level was this Black Pill thing, and the way
Yeah.
they talked about it, it was more like a path of nihilism than anything. A lot of these guys wound up back on the gynocentric plantation, and that's what I see here. All of these men on this panel compare each other's looks, you know, as their social value against the dating market. You know,
Right.
they
Looks first and
test
foremost.
each other. Yeah, they test each other's the way they look. Their height, their weight.
Yeah.
Doc's book goes into this. About you have to look a certain way in order to be viable on the dating market and so forth. And it when Mandy talks about, well, it sounds like it's being pushed by feminists. It sounds like it was written by a feminist. In order to be viable on the dating market to please a woman, you have to meet this criteria.
Right.
You have, it's like the Black Pill book that Doc wrote sets the bar, you know, and the black pills in this panel are expected to aspire to reach that bar or to get over that bar in order to be viable on the dating market and get shoved to the gyno judicial system, which is
Right.
exactly what's going to happen to these men.
Right. And you kept saying this is so funny. There were so many points where I was just like, "Ah, they probably don't understand what he's saying," but it was super funny. You know what's kind
No,
of weird
you're
about the looks thing though? I think
mm,
men have a hard time understanding, like for women, it's not necessarily their looks, it's their confidence in their behavior. I guess better
oh,
looking
there's
men will have more confidence or whatever, but that's actually what women are attracted to. It's not necessarily the looks. Like
I sense
it's
a
the
lot of
behavior.
fake confidence here.
Oh
What
yeah.
I sense from these guys is a lot of arrogance, which can be mistaken for confidence. It's kind of
Yeah,
like when they're asking me about PUA and pickup game and stuff and cold
right.
approach, and I give them my version of cold approach, which is basically book learned from my time studying PUA,
Mm.
on how to meet women and shit, and I give away my PUA advice for free, you know, and I I try to let them know that, cold approach isn't for everybody. It doesn't always work, you know normally, if you're trying to meet somebody, you need to establish rapport, and in order to do that, you need to put yourself in an environment that's full of the opposite sex, where the opposite sex is really available, that you can interact with and you can build rapport with people and build friendships. You know, cold approach is kind of like you know one of the most difficult parts in PUA. And I gave the example of bumping your shopping cart into somebody else, or asking somebody, where did they find that item in their cart, to try to develop a conversation, you know, and immediately they go back to their black pill rhetoric, and begin to ostracize me for it, for my perspective, of pickup game, maintaining frame, and so forth. You know, um, understand that these guys, are applying themselves in the dating market. They talk about PUA topics. They talk about how to approach women,
Yeah.
and so forth. And it's very hypocritical of them, when I'm basically telling them the same thing that PUA teaches, and they frown on it, but then again they'll turn around and they'll teach each other the same shit. It's weird. It's really, really weird the way this interaction happens. It's one of the strangest panels I've ever been on.
Yeah. Yeah, Lord Jeremy, that's something else. Like, okay, like 500 pounds. That's somebody that is confident in themselves won't let themselves get to be 500 fucking pounds. Now, we can all agree that overweight is not attractive by any means. I mean, some people, I guess, are, but
now if you let yourself go like that, you've got
yeah,
it's not the weight that's your problem.
yeah.
It's what's in your head is the problem.
But I was talking about, because they talk about face stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
like they break down. It's kind of weird. I mean, because typically men are the visual ones. Like, men are visual. They are attracted to that first and foremost. Women are different. Women, it's all about feelings.
Well,
Like, you guys
reading
talk
Doc's
about it all
book
the time.
and being on this panel, all of these guys, and are really hard on each other to aspire to be like that Chad meme. Y'all ever see the Chad meme?
Mm-mm.
The black and white picture of the Chad. You know, that's what all these guys are aspiring to and comparing each other to, because they actually convince themselves to believe that in order to be viable in the dating market, they have to measure up, look a certain way. They have to appear
Right.
a certain way to meet a woman's attractiveness threshold in order for her to be attracted to you. It's stupid. It's literally like, it's like I said, Ron White said in my video, you can't fix stupid. I'm telling you. There's no pill you can take. There's no class you can take. Stupid is forever.
Yeah. By the way, Billy, I sent you the link on the Discord if you wanted to come up and describe black pill, because I think Bullets still is confused on what it means.
Well, I don't want to be hard on these men because
Yeah.
they've been misled down the wrong path.
Yeah.
They're you know I think Doc has also been, I don't know how he got this shit, or how he wound up down this path,
Yeah.
but to be a leader of a community and knowingly leading men to think of themselves as inferior, subhuman manlets, you
Right.
know, um, strays far away from what MGTOW. We're here to save men. We're not here to browbeat them, because they don't meet a woman's looks threshold, as they put it.
But that subhuman stuff, I hear that like in the Hormaxing community, like the ones that are all
Mm-hmm.
about the prostitutes. So it's like a mix of PUA and Hormaxing, and yeah.
Yeah,
Little Billy.
the thing is this: these people have come in and adopted their own version of red pill and ran with it.
Yeah.
Either into a red pill rager community or black pill community or some other bullshit that they made up. at the same time they renounce MGTOW philosophy, so they're not MGTOW, they're anti-MGTOW. You know, they haven't gone their own way. You know, they haven't figured it out yet. You know, they don't know how to live a MGTOW lifestyle. Nobody has ever given them the example of a MGTOW lifestyle to follow. You know,
Yeah.
again, it's taken me a long process to figure this out. No different than it's taken Hammerhand a long process to figure it out for himself. You know, and many other examples in the manosphere.
Yeah.
So when I look at these men, I just look at them like, you know, being brainwashed or not being mentored properly. They haven't had anybody to really initiate them, to challenge their beliefs, you know,
Yeah.
to make them, you know, to give them an option, to give them an out. These guys honestly believe that black pill is the answer to all the world's problems.
Right. By the way, hello, Billy.
Good morning, I guess it is for you. It's afternoon here. GM and Bullets.
Oh, I can hear you now. Sorry, Billy. I have to hit the play button.
Bullets. I don't know if I owe you an apology on behalf of the black pills or something like that, but I feel like I'm in agreement, sort of generally, like, but I don't think these people that you're describing are black pillars. I don't even think they even know what black pill really is. And here I am.
Oh, this is their version.
Well, this is to me, it sounds like they're falling for the trap of like the emo pill or something like that, or the bleak pill, or the doom pill. And this is totally not what I see as the black pill functioning as, if you could say functioning. It is quite a niche. And if anything, I think one of the pitfalls that they fall into is due to a bit of lazy thinking. So they have a few ideas, they have a few feelings, they have a few sentiments, and then they sort of go, I guess this must be black pill then. And then they kind of embrace something that they don't really understand what it's there for. Because as far as I'm concerned, black pill has nothing to do with comparing people's jaw lines and their looks and anything external based. It is for me, it is deep introspection. It's looking at the shadow self, the dark parts of yourself that you probably don't even know are there. So this is why it's hard to acknowledge, because it's evasive. So for me, black pill is about discovering the denials that you are. Because with denial, one of the magic tricks of denial is to go undetected. You don't even realize you're in denial. So the black pill is trying to expose the thing. It's trying to expose the BS that you tell yourself, so that you can then confront the sort of inner demons, as it were, or the inner shadow, the uncomfortable truths that reside in you. And it's to do so for your own benefit, not in comparison to other people. So when they start talking about doomer, gloomer, and this other kind of perverted form of nihilism, I'm already getting like red flags that this person doesn't really understand what's the functionality of this sort of digging deep, this soul searching, as it were.
Yeah.
And it's hard, it's hard.
These guys haven't dug deep at all.
That's why I'm saying that it's kind of like laziness as well. It's sort of like, oh, I feel a bit depressed, and they write themselves off as if like, well, there's the conclusion. It's like, that's only maybe one step in. It's like, so if you're depressed, but what does this mean? Why are you depressed? What are you going to do about it? So this is the real importance, I think, of black pill, is to look at all the pain and traumas and all this uncomfortable stuff in order to be able to process it, accept it, move on, and in a positive way, and make the changes. Is to sort of give you that power of self-control. And this is why I don't see it as anything really to do externally.
The thing about this particular black pill community, these men have painted themselves into a corner. You know, their options that they're comparing are plastic surgery, getting medical leg extensions to be a woman's, to be over 6 foot, because if they're taller, they believe that they'll be able to attract a woman.
Well, that's what I mean. See how externally based that is. It's like I have to make changes so that I could be accepted in the wider world, and it's like BS to all of that. That's
Yeah.
not. That is um that is well like coping, simping. That is kowtowing to the gynocentric landscape or whatever. That's you having to make a changes not for your benefit, but for the gratification of other people, so that you could be accepted by other people. Whereas what I see as true black pill is F all those people. Is can you accept you for being you? In which
Right.
case, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what your status is. It's how comfortable are you within your own skin.
Well, that's the thing, you know. I get the feeling, especially after I saw that one comment in the chat, the manlet comment, you know, that they actually brainwashed that man to look in the mirror, and affirm that he's a disadvantaged manlet, you know, and if all of them hold that same viewpoint to the point of where they're teaching each other this, then they're absent of self-love. They haven't learned how to love themselves. They haven't learned to accept themselves as God made them. They're trying to change their change themselves through artificial means, but in the end they're still going to wind up, empty inside.
Yeah, see, this is where I can see where maybe some confusion can happen, where it does brush up with some of those ideas, like the idea of like looking in the mirror.
Uh-huh.
But where they make the fatal flaw is instead of having this like think of like the grieving process. So instead of having acceptance of your reflection and being like, okay, fine, my nose is crooked, my ears are lopsided or whatever. There's not really much I could. Well, I suppose you could do something about it, but you're not going. It's kind of like, this is the hand you've been dealt. Accept it, so that you can move on. You might not be happy with it. Fine, you don't have to be happy with it. And this is where I think they make the mistake, because instead of having this, because then if you accept it, you're accepting the true authentic self. Instead of being like, I am unhappy with that, and I want to be something else. I want to be other. So how can you be your true self? Be true to thyself, isn't it? Bullets, right? How can you be true to thyself if you're discontent and you're trying to change and be a something different? Because if we're honest,
Exactly my point.
If we're honest, like no one is and this is the other fatal flaw. It's this pursuit for perfection, and if we're all honest, no one's perfect, right? So it's a stupid endeavor to be like, well, I'm going to keep making changes, not because of self-improvement and because of progress, but because of rejection of the true self.
Mm-hmm.
So if we talk about low self-esteem and self-hate, that is the epitome of it. Is you hate yourself so much that you don't even want to be. It's like you call yourself a black pill. You hate yourself so much that you don't want to be a black pill, but you call yourself a black pill. So you become a contradiction.
Right.
How are you a black pill if you're rejecting yourself as a black pill?
Well, this is the thing. When they come at me, and they're putting, they're interrogating me, and trying to stereotype me. They call me sus. They're trying to stereotype me and trying to attack my integrity and character. I don't think it was as much as they're trying to uh, make me look bad or anything like that. But I think this is my perception. I think this is by shaming me, they keep their audience in the echo chamber. Okay, their attack on me wasn't meant to destroy me. It was meant to keep everybody in that echo chamber.
Right.
And again,
I was getting it from all sides.
Yeah, and again, and it shows you the hidden agenda of what's playing out, where at its base, it's not, again, it's not what I would consider as black pill. It would be for the sake of appearances, like this perfection idea. I don't like my reflection. Appearances and the validation and acceptance, because you probably heard before, like you're unable to love someone if you don't love yourself, right? You're unable to have empathy for someone else if you don't have empathy for yourself first. And that goes across the board. Like you can't have respect for someone if you don't have respect for yourself. So if you have acceptance of who you are, and you're a true black pillar, then you would accept other people for where they are. It would be irrelevant what happens in their life, because you would have this understanding that, yeah, life is hard for me, it must be hard for them as well. But if they're browbeating you and saying, or trying to criticize or shame you or things like that, it reflects badly on themselves, because that's the kind of thing that's going on inside their head.
Yeah, I think this is a good observation for anybody that hasn't seen anything like this before.
Should we play it? Should we play a little bit so Billy can really, really take it in?
Yeah, by all means, if we can comment on the other side, because
how many people on that panel are air quote black pill?
All of them, I think.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I mean, bullets went into the black pill lion's den.
The guy in the middle came out. He's LARPing as a MGTOW.
Right. And he's a PUA first and foremost.
Yeah, PUA / MGTOW PUA. He's a pretty heavy guy, and I give him some health advice, and he basically tells me to shove it. Here I am. I'm trying to mentor. I'm trying to talk to them, trying to be open and honest with them, and well, you see for yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna back it up just a smidgen though, because I could have played that other
part.
The
guy's a Coper. He goes online and talks.
For Emmanuel. Emmanuel, check this out.
But we're gonna be going in circles. Let's talk about this MGTOW. I think what Scribe just told him, man. Like, I mean, do you have any emotional pain from isolating yourself like that? Because I just feel like, man, not talking to a woman for over 10 years, that's got to do something to your brain.
What?
Well, the guy's a Coper. He goes online and talks to women still online. So it's not real
MGTOW. It gave me clarity, because I don't have pussy on the brain.
Oh, okay, fake towel bullets. Why do you talk to women online?
I wonder if she finds me attractive. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, fake towel bullets. Why do you talk to women online?
Me attractive or not? It's the last thing on my mind when I see a thought.
Fake towel bullets. Fake towel bullets. Why do you talk to women online?
What'd you call me?
That's a good question.
Fake towel bullets. Why do you talk to women online?
Because I can.
Hero, but why though? Because you miss interacting with women. You miss women's perspective. You like talking to them. Like why though?
Again. Here you go, spouting off rules.
No, you're the one saying you were going to.
Hold on a minute. Whoa.
You're the one saying that.
Jake,
you're the one saying that you cut out women out of your life.
Did you write the rules of MGTOW? Yes or no?
No, I'm going off what you said. You said you cut women out of your life, but then you still talk to them.
You didn't write the rules of MGTOW, so you don't know what you're talking about.
So you wrote the rules then. Let me ask you, since you wrote the rules.
I write my own rules. I am my own man.
So you said you cut women out of your life, but you still talk to them online. So you broke your own rules?
No, you're taking your black pill ideology and trying to put it on me, and it's not working.
No, that's why you're fake towel.
No, I do not see the world through your eyes.
So you're a fake MGTOW.
Obviously.
No, you're fake MGTOW.
So this
guy's like a kid.
He's not even MGTOW.
You don't even know.
You're stupid.
It was you.
You do head.
If I catch a MGTOW on stream, I can't spare him, because this is the issue. There's too many of these. This is the biggest. Like I said, in principle.
What is black pill? Is somebody going to answer that question for me?
Yep, I'll answer for you right now. Black pill is face and LMS is kind of the key components. So yeah. So in terms of the dating market, face and LMS. So your face, you can't. There's no gym for your face. There's no way to improve your face. You got to hard looks max if you want to change that. LMS is looks, money, status. So those are the things that are going to help you in the dating market. But again, those things are only amplifiers if you get a girl's looks threshold, and then the rest of the black pill is the reality.
Did you see Posibility? I know, right?
God. Pardon my language. Fucking bullshit.
Listen to it. Let him finish.
Truth about society in general. So we look at all statistics, facts, studies, not just what we think or what we want the world to be or what Disney fairy tales told us. We look at the truth of everything, conspiracy theories, the government, everything.
Yeah,
so
sexual inflation is also part of the black pill. Jay, go ahead and read Jake, read the comment. Go ahead.
So hold on. I have to put something in here because earlier when they're like, why do you keep talking about feminism? Oh, it's so much bigger than that. They just said they focus on fucking stats and data and all this stuff. Like, what is bigger than feminism? Like, what is bigger? What group that's literally destroying society right now is bigger than the feminist fucking domestic and foreign terrorist group? What group is bigger? I don't know of one that spans across 167 fucking countries in every institution that we have in every structure of our society. What is bigger than that? I would like to know.
Well, I'd say narcissism, but it's not really a political or social grouping as such. Recognized,
right? But all feminists are narcissists.
Yeah.
So feminists is still the largest group where it has narcissists.
Yeah. But the remark, I mean, like even before the definition or the clarification, whatever it is, the yellow smiley face was putting out there, calling bullets like fake MGTOW over and over again is and then the line of sort of trying to catch bullets out and with the questioning like gotcha moment. It's such a bitch tactic, and it's
they attack me in that fashion to ostracize me to keep their audience captured.
Well, they also did it because he's trying to bait you with like, if I call you fake bullets and then you respond, it's like you're agreeing to that name. It's like, so you are fake bullets then, are you? Because you've answered. So maybe a situation like that, you would have responded, be like, look, if you're talking to me, you could address me properly.
Well, I don't think Bullets understood what he said because Bullets is like, what did you call me?
No, I didn't understand. I thought he said something like Fig MGTOW or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I needed him to clarify. And then when he said fake MGTOW, and I responded, no, you're fake MGTOW, and they all laugh and shit. Got their giggles and jollies off.
Yeah.
They got their yucks.
It's basically
that was just at the time when you're being attacked like this, it's a trigger response, that, and my angle was to just shove his own words right down his throat.
Yeah. I mean, the way they were orchestrating themselves, they were setting you up for a trap. Either way you would have gone about it, they would have turned it into like a have you isolated and make you look like a fool or whatever, like ridicule you and shame you and things like that, and try and box you in with what they think is logic, but
they were very I'll just call it pseudo fucking intellectual with a lot of their arguments.
This is what annoys me when I hear things are being said about Black Pill, either from the so-called Black Pillars or people like yourself, Bullets, who end up having a distorted view on it thanks to idiots like this, because I hope I'm making it clear that at least my definition or my perception of black pill is totally different to this mainstream appearance of thing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Looks, money, status in order for the dating market? What the
Right
hell
here. That's Rollo Tomasi. That's frame, game, and fame.
I mean, if you're a
PUA
stuff. PUA, exactly.
That's where they're getting their big blue pill. I mean, their black pill stats from.
Yeah.
You know, as from Rollo Tomasi. Oh my God, man, that dude has damaged more men than these guys have.
I could be more forgiving with a mistake like the black pillars are nihilistic or they're fatalistic or they're defeatist, because this is where it like brushes up a little bit again, where you have to sort of delve deep into that darkness of the abyss, so it can be a bit gloomy, a bit depressing. But that's not the functionality of the black pill. It's in order to shine a light, as it were, on these dark areas. So black pill really is meant to be a positive thing. It isn't like the end of the world or your life or fatal. It's in order to have that ego death so that you could be reborn in clarity. And that's why this definition of nihilism, when people are like, oh God, they're nihilistic. I'm like, whoa, nihilism is a good thing, because it cuts the riffraff out of your life. And if there is anything of a soul that remains, that's precious, and it will withstand the scrutiny of it. It's like you're giving yourself the ultimate shit test, and you're clearing out all the BS that you've been telling yourself, and what really matters at the end of the day, what truly makes you happy, what truly defines you. And this is I see it as the goal of the black pill. It's a purity. It's a form of purification in a way. It's to remove the dilution of what you are and encapsulate a concentrated form of yourself, and that is your core. So the black pill is to try and salvage a core out of you, so that you've got something true and authentic, which you can grow and nurture in a proper way, instead of diluting it with BS and other crap. I don't hear any other kind of black pillars saying stuff like that. And what I hear instead is the looks, money, status, and leg extensions, and doom, gloom, and what's the point of life? And I mean, what's the point of life? That is like one of the big questions. And exactly, what is the point of life? You tell me. What does it really matter? Now, if you haven't got an answer and you can't tell me, then God help you, because it makes me wonder: are you basically like, how do I know you're not an NPC? Do you have a soul? And the black pill is the way to find out whether or not there is actually like the lights might be on, but is anyone home? Or the black pill is going to find out, is there anyone home?
Right. Billy, Lord Jeremy Hirsch said, you're describing the white pill, my good man.
White pill. Oh, God.
I haven't. The only person I've heard the white pill from is what's it called?
White pill.
Yeah. What's his name? He has a book. He was just on. Who was he just on? God, I can't remember his name. Lord Jeremy, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, all these fucking pills.
I've heard of the white pill, but I haven't bothered to look into it.
A cornucopia of fucking bullshit.
No, it's a pretty famous dude right now. He's making his rounds with his white pill stuff.
Stay away from the pill. Well, if you need a pill, go take a red pill. Go through your process, and then come talk to me. If you take a black pill, you take a white pill.
Michael Malice. Yeah, Michael Malice.
Yeah, you're going to be running around in circles, wondering what the fuck to do with the rest of your life.
No, I went to Michael Malice's channel really early on when I started my channel, and I was super chatting him, and I told him what I was doing, and he was like, yeah, good luck with that. So I was like, no, I will destroy the tyrannical matriarchy. Just wait.
To be honest, all these pills, blue, red, black, and I suppose maybe an extension like the white pill. I'll have to look into it a bit further. But all these pills are it's dealing with emotions, right? So these are like levels of emotional illiteracy. That's why I see like a transition where with development, your understanding and awareness, your education, as it were, changes.
This what they're shilling over here, is preying on weak-minded people that are hurt and damaged, and wondering why they can't compete on the gynocentric landscape. And Doc is taking advantage of it by steering men into this Smash TV bullshit. You're taking advantage of weak men. You're not offering them out. You're basically taking men who took the red pill and you're turning them into the black pill and sending them right back to the fucking gynocentric plantation.
The gyno grinder.
Unarmed.
Yeah. Yes.
Totally fucking unarmed. You're trying to encourage men to.
It's even worse because they're
spend money to enhance your looks in order to compete on the dating market is no different than supporting hotels, restaurants, and other businesses that support the dating market. And all that's gonna happen to you, even if you get the leg extensions and you're over 6 foot and you go in the dating market, and you may get laid. You may meet a couple of women. You may even have a relationship, but it's only a matter of time before one of these thoughts feminists revolts on you and shoves your ass to the gyno grinder.
And because you're so willing to compromise, I mean, it sounds almost like blue pill. Right?
Yeah.
Because like the looks, money, status, and all this, like if we look historically, what was constituted as the upper echelons of social acceptance or whatever, it has changed. Fashion changes. So, I mean, one era, I don't know, the size of someone's nose was the prime feature, and it has changed to now the size of their lips or something. So what that means,
leg extensions,
right? So whatever the looks, money, status, and whatever criteria, it's a social negotiation, and it's based on period of time. So just because you've got a leg extensions this era doesn't mean your leg extensions are going to be very popular in the next era to come. And if you're someone who's willing to flip-flop or to constantly adapt so that you can be accepted, then you're always going to be on the back foot, chasing along with whatever is in the current trend. That basically means you're a pussy.
From my perception, my experience, I want to make it very clear, these men are not red pill. I don't believe many, maybe a couple of them are, but the way that they're applying themselves, back onto the gynocentric plantation, doesn't resemble anybody in my expertise as somebody who is red pilled. Somebody who is red pilled understands the gynocentric landscape. But they understand that the laws are stacked against them.
But Bullet, it doesn't make sense.
These men have no concept of that.
Like, look, the gynocentric landscape, right? Are women, on no offense, GM, are women consistent with their decisions? No. You can never please them. So whatever.
Exactly.
So you bend over backwards for a woman to please her, to win her affection.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as you do, she changes her mind.
Right. And the exact same women that they're going after that would, not look at a man unless he had the leg extensions are the exact same ones that are going to push him through that gyno grinder. Like,
if I could say, all of these men, and the way that they're acting and using Doc's, black pill book and comparing each other's looks, money, status, social value on the dating market. This is simping. That's exactly what this is.
They're feminist white knights. They're doing exactly what the feminists want them to do. All of them.
They're simps. They're trying to do. It's no different than the definition of simp than when you go out of your way to try to appease a woman in hopes of, getting some sympathy pussy. That's what this is.
It's also entitlement as well, and unrealistic expectations. Because if you wanted to have a laugh with some of these guys, you could say, okay, I'll go out on a date with you if you get your leg extended. And they get their legs extended and they go, ha ha, I was only joking about that.
Yeah.
And there they are like,
but I'm sure somewhere out there that's happened to a few men. They're investing thousands and saving up money to invest thousands of dollars to have these medical procedures flying to China and shit.
I saw a documentary on leg extensions, and I think it's very popular in India. And one of these guys they were following in this documentary was, although he said he would do it again, the amount of, because they put like a wire frame around both your legs, and you can't put weight on them straight away because essentially there's not because your bones are broken. Your body weight is being supported by this metal cage, and the amount of infections that go on, and the pain, and it's horrendous. I don't know. I mean, there must be, your emotional dependency must be so great for you to be willing to go through all of that.
My nephew, when he was young, he used to play football, and during one of these football games, he shattered his leg, and when he went to the hospital and the doctors looked at him, he had some kind of problem with the bone in his leg. So what they had to do, they put pins in his legs to put the bone together, and they had to extend it about an inch, which basically made him an inch taller, but it was one of the most painful experiences he's ever gone through. And what they do is that they separate the bone, and they use pins to hold it for a certain degree apart, and they force the bone to fuse together and grow.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the medical field, whatever, it's quite an interesting sort of concept and procedure, but like to do it just for the sake of doing it because you just want to be an inch taller, and it's not a guarantee that you'll actually be an inch taller. You might only be like half an inch taller or something, or even less than that. It shows like the desperation, I guess, and this is what I'm saying is like, if you had more acceptance and content with what you got, this is what life gave you kind of thing, then you wouldn't really have these issues.
When Mandy comes back, we'll play a little bit more of this. Because this is probably the most retarded panel that I've ever been on in my life, and I've been on quite a few.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to jump off. I'll wait till Mandy comes back, but I'm gonna have to jump off because the kid's calling me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I got to bail here in a little bit too, man, because I got to get some sleep today. I got a lot of shit I got to do.
So whether or not this is black pill or white pill, I think it's neither here nor there. I mean, to me, it sounds like a PUA blue pill style kind of thing.
It is.
All this so that you can improve your chances on the dating market, which you don't really know is going to happen. That's your own sort of you have this expectation, and you think you're going to be entitled. And when reality comes crashing down, is it going to be worth it at the end of the day? Well, that's for them to discover and find out, and they'll probably learn the hard way.
Well, that's one thing that I asked them. That's one thing I asked him when I was asking about, can you show me anybody that you've mentored into the black pill? Can you share with me any success stories? And the only thing that they could come up with was that they had somebody come in the chat a couple days before this stream, and supposedly, they taught him black pill and mentored him and solved all his problems, just by talking to him in the chat. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's not how this works, and they have nothing to show. And
Yeah.
I feel sad for him. I really do. I mean, I don't hate him or anything. I'm not mad at him. I'm kind of pissed at Doc, but I'm not pissed at Doc in the sense to where I'm mad at him for advocating for this. I'm pissed that I don't know how the hell I want to know what happened. How did he
Yeah.
wind up here? Of all places, the MGTOW dictionary. How the fuck did the MGTOW dictionary wind up on this thing?
Yeah.
See, another little.
Who's holding him hostage? That's what I want to know.
Another characteristic of what I would consider as black pill, which kind of is shared with red pill, but I think it's more emphasized in the black pill, is it's a bit more self-taught in a way, because with red pill you could be taught by others, like some red pill insight, like you could tell me about the gynocentric landscape, for example, and I'd be like, oh, I had no idea, so thank you for enlightening me, kind of thing. But because the black pill is more introspection, soul searching, the lessons learned, like there's no point me telling you show yourself some more compassion. You need to discover what that means for yourself. Like no one's going to be able to really give you the substance behind that meaning until you've done it and you've joined the dots yourself and came to that realization. So in that sense, black pill is a little bit, in my estimation, like self-teaching.
Well,
but that's what I'm saying.
But they're puppeting red pill stuff and PUA stuff. So there's no self-teaching there.
That's just it. Okay. Let me throw this one at you. What is the red pill as it pertains to you? All of you gentlemen in the chat, Mandy, Billy, what is the red pill to you? What does it mean? Can anybody answer? Does anybody have an answer? This is the same thing when I asked them what the black pill was. They had a lot of difficulty responding to me.
I can give you two quick points if you want. So if you've got blue pill, which is like emotionally out of control thinking, red pill is the transition to more critical minded thinking. So more analysis, more evaluation, and that sort of stuff. It's not exempt from emotions. It's just it's trying to actually like get those critical brain cells firing so that you're not. So it's taking control of your emotions rather than letting your emotions run away with you and you're following behind. But where the blue, this is where I make a little. I'm going to get into this pill stream at some other point. But so blue and red are both externally based, whereas black is internally based.
I hear Maggie in the background. Tell that little monster I said hi.
Yeah.
She's like she's having a good time.
Yeah.
Let me give you my definition of red pill, gentlemen. Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Okay. This is Terrence Popp. Terrence Popp revealed what the red pill is to me in his What is MGTOW video. I really need to. I got that video on my computer. I need to go over it and give everybody my interpretation of what it means to be red pill. This is when I realized that there are over 150 plus laws in the books that are stacked against me, that were used against me to persecute me and get me falsely accused of domestic violence. Okay. These laws threaten my freedom and threaten my Second Amendment right. If you go to my channel, the first video that you'll encounter is an introduction video called The Gynocentric Landscape. In that video, you can see in the chart that I made, you can see that the gynocentric landscape, there's 4 bars, 4 colors, 4 markets. And on the bottom, you can see all the men that are involved in these markets. But on the top, if you look at the white lettering, everything in the white lettering constitutes those 150 plus laws on the books that circumvent the Constitution of the United States that specifically benefit women and not you. That is the red pill.
Yeah.
When you realize that the laws are stacked against you and that your constitutional rights do not apply in the family or divorce court system or in the domestic court system, that's when you realize that you are a second-class citizen. That is the red pill.
Okay, I'll use your example, but I'll give you the 2 different perspectives. Well, the first one you already gave, the red pill. So there are 150 laws that are out to get you, kind of thing, or that you can be trapped by.
No, that women are trained via university indoctrinated social workers to they're
okay, all right.
made to influence to do these,
and it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So the red pill recognizes the danger.
Police departments actually have victim services units that go out to domestic violence calls and teach women how to file criminal charges and utilize #MeToo laws in order to shove you through the gyno-judicial system, to have you arrested, imprisoned, reduced to homelessness, and to deprive you of your Second Amendment right.
Yeah.
That's part of the red pill.
So, yeah, I'm not disagreeing. So, the red pill sees these dangerous aspects in society and makes you aware of them so that you don't get caught out in them. Now, in my opinion, the black pill slant on this is, yes, that's dangerous, but in a sense, what's even more dangerous is yourself, because if you don't keep yourself aware or hold yourself accountable, then you're basically throwing yourself at the walls at that point.
None of the men on this panel here have any concept of the gynocentric landscape whatsoever. They are
they don't care.
Oblivious,
but it's like a
ignorant of it.
It's a two-edged kind of sword. It's one thing to have this awareness that dangers is out there, but you have to have also the awareness that unless you know yourself, unless you can have self-control and stay away from that, or resist the temptation or the fake promises they might try and make you, or the smoke and mirrors, and you fall for the trick, then you are just as dangerous as the external dangers around you.
Yeah.
Did you want to play some more of this?
No, Billy said he had to go, right?
I'm gonna jump off. Yeah, see what kind of mayhem the kid has caused.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Billy, good back and
forth.
Yeah,
bullets. Yeah. We should have a more thorough talk about the bullets.
Absolutely, man. We can do it on your channel if you want sometime.
And I feel like I owe you an apology, but I know I don't really. Or everyone, this idea of the black pill, I don't know. It's not what maybe I'm being selfish in my definition, but it's far from what I would consider as black pill.
Yeah.
I never even realized that you identified as black pill.
Well,
or anybody
as an identity, but I like
I'm black pill.
I like venturing into black pill. I look at the kind of stuff on my channel. It's all sort of
yeah.
Come on, we're gonna take everyone on a painful journey. Everyone, buckle up. We're gonna deep. We're gonna go.
And me too. I'm black pill with red stripes and blue spots. So
Well,
I'm
we
black
can
pill at
do
my core.
we can do this again, and you can educate me on the black pill. On your version of it.
Okay.
It'll be
So
fun.
yeah, until then. So Mandy,
Yeah,
Bullet,
Billy,
everyone in the chat,
I need to
yeah,
catch up with you too, Billy. I have some funny stories for you.
Sure, yeah. Okay. All right. All in due course. All right.
Okay.
Take care,
All
everyone.
right. Bye, Billy.
All right, take care, brother.
Hey, Johnny Midnight. How are you? Yeah, I'm working on some stuff at this job that I'm working at. I think I have some HR visits in my future, hopefully. Oh, so one of my supervisors is leaving, a young man that I was hoping would grow into a good supervisor. He's leaving. I told my boss he better not fucking hire a woman to replace him. I think the guys are a little taken back by my points of view on the roles of the sexes, because a lot of them are like you should be the supervisor. I'm like, no, I thoroughly don't believe that women should have authority over men. And one of the guys tonight was like, what? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but you probably could and it would be okay. I'm like, no, there's like a small minority of women in our society that are actually competent in those positions, maybe 4%. And I'm sorry, the 96% want to steal the credit from that 4% And you know what? I am not for sacrificing the many for the few. So yeah. So I was like, there's
take on a 9-to-5 job,
right? No, I'm saying all the things. I'm trying to see how far I can get, how many people I can convince to, quit or I don't know. A lot of people that work for all these corporations complain about how they can't say stuff. And I mean, I say the truth about women in general. And no, everybody keeps laughing, but nobody's complained yet. So I don't know. We'll see. Yes, the 96% are LARPing as the 4%. And you know what? I will sacrifice that fucking 4% just to shut the 96 up. I'm sorry. I will sacrifice 4% just to prove a fucking point. Because I'm in that group. I can do that. I will speak for that fucking
Mandy's
4%.
on a mission.
Yes, I am.
So did you want to play any more of this, or?
Yeah, do you want to play some more?
Yeah, you can play a little bit.
Okay.
Then I'm probably going to crash here in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, at Bullets, you are a filthy talking turd sucker. You only talk shit. Thanks, COVID Clown Cartel. So what do you got to say back to that, Bullets? Can you tell us the rules of MGTOW? Did you write them or you write your own rules? You said you don't talk to women, but you talk to them online still. So you avoid women in real life, but online.
I'm talking to you, ain't I?
Yeah, but why do you talk to women if you try to clarify their life?
No, you got that red pill rager mindset. You're trying to turn MGTOW into an ideology, and it's not happening.
I'm asking you about your own rules, dude. I'm asking you about your own rules.
No, you're not.
I just came on. I got
You're
a question
mocking
for
me.
you.
Blitz got a question. Blitz got a question.
I got a question.
Hey, dude, I've been on struggle sessions before. I'm not fazed by any of this shit.
That's okay. I just got a quick question for you. So let's say, I've been around. I'm around the black pill now, so I've been around the red pill before. I used to listen to Sandman. So my question to you is, I'm all aware of the gynocentric system and everything, but for myself, if I manage to get $900,000 in the bank, $900K, and I decide to get married, I'm fully aware that I'm potentially going to get raped in divorce court, and I'm gonna have to pay some money every month. So if I'm completely okay with that, so what would be your reaction to that? Because I would be, listen, I'm rich. That's what rich people do. Listen, I'm rich.
I'll tell you what.
If it doesn't work out, I'm gonna drop it. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what my reaction would be. I'd make a video about you and make an example out of you.
But
hi everyone, Sandman here.
But if money doesn't matter to me, like I'm a millionaire, so I'm
cool. You can
taking
take
the
the hit.
risk.
Yeah,
I'm taking
I
the
don't really
risk of
understand the
getting a
question, Blue Age.
relationship.
I want to.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's only
Yeah, Blue Age. I don't get where you're going
married.
with
I'm
it.
just
Like,
here to tell you what's going to
Blue
happen
Age,
to you when you
yeah.
do.
Just
All
real
right.
quick though, I feel like, like I said, when it comes to these MIG towers, right? A lot of them are, like I said, or at least the old MIG tower. I don't know about how it is now, but people who came from traumatic events that got divorced, raped, people are typically in like the ages like close
Guys
to
like
being
you
boomer
trying to
age,
break
or
in the
40
dating market.
or 40
Yeah, I
plus,
know.
right? Okay, but a lot of them,
Rejection
at
is
least the old MIG
hard,
towers,
gentlemen, isn't it?
that's true.
You just
Yes,
can't make it on the dating market, can't you?
But that's the
You
thing,
just
Bullets.
don't have what
The
it
real
takes.
issue might have been that you were too
Sounds
like you're
broke.
projecting.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
The real
exactly.
issue
I
might have
don't
been.
understand.
How many of
nothing
you are
wrong. There's
successful on the dating market?
Yeah, but just Blue Age, calm down. Yo, Blue Age, calm down, Blue Age. You're saying like, oh, rejection is hard. You can't make it in the day market. We
Calm down, Bullet. See, this guy sounds just like a fucking feminist from the psychology field.
Yeah, I'm ignoring him. I'm not even listening to him. Jake is very volatile, very aggressive, and historically, he doesn't just attack me like this. I've seen him do it, on other streams as well. If he senses, somebody that he can attack, he'll attack them the same way they're right here.
Who's this person? Smash TV, we got fans here. Hood Trophy 2700. Huh. I mean, I tagged you and Smash TV in the title, so we'll see if Smash shows up. Who's Hood Trophy though?
No, I doubt Doc will show up.
Yeah. Well, you can watch this later.
Well, like I said, I got volumes to say about this shit.
Oh, you're bringing up Melicent Tucky. Don't make me bring up that love cocoon, Emmanuel.
We accept that. We look at the stats and the everything. So we accept that. We're not trying to say, oh, we're not PUAs. Like, we talk shit on PUAs. We tear PUAs down. We are not part of the PUA community at all. We're just saying there's no game to make a woman attracted to you. If the woman's attracted to you based on your looks, then she'll come up to you. There's no game to make it happen. So
wait, hold on. Jacob, Bullet said that he's like a below average guy, but he was a 9 out of 10 Playboy model. So I guess we're talking to a very, very statistical, very like low probability statistical
anomaly. Yeah.
Wait, you dated a Playboy model?
That's what he says.
So how are you a MGTOW then? If you could attract a Playboy model, like if you could attract a Playboy model,
dude, the guy's a 10. Dude, the guy's a Chad, and he just decided he's not an M style, dude. He's a Chad. He's got tons of.
So they keep bringing up M style. Is that's men's center in a way? I hear that from Miss Elite and those crazy bitches over there.
I have no idea. They make this shit up as they go.
Yes, Emmanuel, it's very good. A polyamorous love cocoon with Ranger.
Yeah, Jake is what I would call a 50-year-old adolescent. He's in his 50s.
Oh, John, good morning. Yeah, we're going to sleep after this. See, and the panel was going good for a while until... Is it the guy at the bottom, the blue H?
I'm not sure. Jake was the most disruptive in the class. Whenever he did everything in his power to try to degrade my integrity, and question my character, by making up rules, that, MGTOW don't talk to women. I'm not allowed to talk to women. He takes me out of context. He puts words in my mouth. He says shit that I never even said. I mean, if anybody's a fucking manlet on this panel, it's this fucking guy Jake, the yellow circle with the yellow smug face.
I'm looking at this channel here. Hood Trophy 2700. July 31st, 2021.
Just as what I said, I shudder to think of fucking going back there and putting myself in this shit again.
See, listen to this. Look, you guys are goofy. Both of y'all come to Smash TV next live and chop it up. I'll go. I'll go over there. When is it? When's the next live, Hood Trophy?
I have no idea. They have randoms all the time.
I'll go on the panel and explain. They can try using these feminist tactics on me. It's like, because like a lot of these tactics that they use are female tactics that men are completely outclassed at fucking trying to do to a woman.
Not if Jake's gonna be on the fucking panel. You know, Jake's too goddamn disruptive.
Wow.
You know, anyone who takes me out of context or publicly, I mean, right in front of everybody, he's putting words in my mouth, making up fake quotes saying that I said this or I said that. No, I can't be on the fucking panel with a fucking, bald-faced liar and everybody sitting there, nodding their head in agreement. Okay? I can't sit on a fucking panel of brainwashed retards like this.
Yeah. Trophy,
the only person that I think is capable of critical thinking on this panel is Scribe.
Well, Hood Trophy, I don't debate men. So I'll go for conversation. Is what everybody on the YouTubes calls a debate is not really a debate. It's a fucking emotional verbal diarrhea session.
Yeah.
Where they like to yell and talk over people and that kind of stuff. So it's not a proper debate. I haven't come across a single person on YouTube that actually knows how to debate formally.
If you think you're gonna fucking walk away with anything, you're not. You're not gonna, after hearing the definition of black pill, their version of it,
Rolo Tomasi.
Yeah, the dating market. Dating market. Why, of all fucking things, why are you fucking throwing money at the fucking dating market? The same market that takes money and puts it into the governmental system that fucking deprive men of their fucking rights. That's what these guys are doing.
Yeah. Oh, they would break me down, bullets. I might need your help.
Oh. I don't white knight for Mandy. Over the fucking internet.
Well, let me know in my comments when the next live is going to be.
I would love,
and I'll see if I can show up.
I would love to see a panel of fucking black pills get their asses handed to it by a girl.
Bullets, I don't debate.
Okay, I'll be there for that.
I'm no longer a fan of Rolo since he blocked me. So.
Rolo's a fag.
I think he got what he wanted and needed from my channel and then decided to block me. And I think because I like Anthony Dream Johnson and 21 Studios, and I like I like a lot of different people in the manosphere, and anybody who is associated with 21 Studios, he refuses.
I'm still waiting for somebody to explain to me how Rollo Tomasi can be married and MGTOW at the same time.
Well, and finding out what the fuck he did at 21 Studios, doxing a whole bunch of fucking people, and yeah, that was some shady shit. So I can see why a lot of people don't like him.
I wonder what Hoodie's version of married and MGTOW is. Yeah, how does that work, Hoodie? Do you know how married and MGTOW works? Explain that one to me. Please explain to the rest of the class. Fucking LARPing people, man. Just make shit up as I go. I don't know a goddamn thing about MGTOW or Red Pill.
Well, I enjoyed your last stream. I liked your scripted one, but I like your free flowing stuff way more.
Yeah, I know. I like the free flow stuff better than my scripted stuff. The only thing that's scripted is the videos, and I'm actually experimenting with that. Yeah. You know, Contriver suggested that I experiment with that, so that's what I'm doing. You know, just to see how it works. But you know, you can tell like when I'm, you know, in the system failure video and stuff that it's not me. I'm not on my, you know, my normal role. You know.
Yeah, your jokes hit way different on the scripted one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it, you know, hopefully it's helpful for somebody, you know.
Yeah, it's more serious. I tried to like put some like funny inserts and stuff in there to try to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
You know? But I think it sounds, you know, I sound really serious in it when I'm reading, you know. It's hard for me to like put my personality in a script. I'm not an actor, you know.
Right.
And I did it all in one take, you know, read it out, trying to give it flow, but I could tell like in editing it didn't flow like I wanted it to. So,
yeah.
Do you want to play more of the circus or?
No, it's kind of giving me a headache.
Man, wait till you're on the fucking panel.
Yeah.
If you do wind up on that damn thing, oh my god. You know.
Well, if I'm invited, I'll go.
Well, you know, if you want me to, I'll reach out to Doc and say, hey man, I got a friend of mine, you know, she wants to come up on your panel, you know, and you know, to clear it with Scribe, you know. And you can pop over there in a chat and, you know, or we'll get you the link, you know.
All right.
If that's what you want, if you want to do this to yourself. It was a fucking horrible experience. You know, as somebody who's new to Black Pill,
yeah,
you know, I expected them to try to invite me into the Black Pill. No. They didn't offer me anything Black Pill. All they did was fucking interrogate me and fucking insult me the whole fucking time. And I'm there to learn about the Black Pill. The second that they found out you know, that I was a celibate, you know, MGTOW monk, they started attacking me. Where is that Black Pill to attack MGTOW? Is that what Black Pill? Hoodie could tell us. Hoodie, is it Black Pill to attack people that are new, that are coming into your community? Is that normal operating procedure for you?
Oh,
no, but that's the whole. He says, okay, you got to get with the program. Well, see, that's the whole reason why I was over there, trying to get with your program. But they didn't teach me anything over there. All you guys did was insult me.
Hold on, maybe it's like a gang. You know how they jump you in, you know? Maybe that's the online rendition of a fucking jumping somebody in.
Okay, so So tearing down men is the normal operating procedure of black pill. In other words, how am I supposed to apply that to a positive black pill lifestyle?
It's a good question.
It's a damn good question. Deserves a damn good answer. And you can take that back to your community and come back to me. My channel's Bullets for Teeth. I'm easy to find. Doc has my email. You know, send him this video. Ask him that question for me. God, very much like an answer for it.
Yeah. Well, he should see this anyway. I tagged him and I put the link and I shared this in the description. So I like to let people know.
Look, right there. Bullet sounds blue pill. You know, tearing me down some more. You know, we can do this all fucking day. It's kind of like when I was trying to talk to these guys, they kept talking over me to keep me from asking these questions that you people are afraid to answer because you don't have an answer.
Feminists don't answer questions either.
Ooh.
So, crazy bitches don't answer questions. But let's.
Oh shit! Oh,
and I sense a little crazy bitchery in this realm. So.
I'm gonna reach out to Doc and put you on that panel. It's gonna be fucking fun.
Well, I want to find out who the crazy bitch is behind that, because all these guys are puppets. Like, these men that puppet feminist dogma are just puppets. I want to know who's behind them. Like, my target's the crazy bitches that indoctrinated these guys. So
somebody had to steer them back to the gynocentric plantation.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see any. I don't see how this one guy, he could say, well, I read pill, and I know about gynocentrism, but, he rejected the red pill and now he's trying to apply himself to the dating market. That doesn't make any sense. That, to me, that's kind of like purple pill. Okay, you're red pill, but you're trying to apply yourself as a blue pill on the gynocentric landscape. You're basically, you're blue pill, but you're red pill aware. My friend Lycan Theory's like that. He's blue pill, but he's red pill aware. He understands the gynocentric landscape. I've explained it to him, but he insists he wants to fuck around with women on the dating market.
Know who these.
Yep, sorry, Bullets. I wanted to play another clip that I found fucking amazing.
Sure, got a little bit of time.
It's just a little tiny bit. Listen.
I mean, dude, you could,
Jay, just speaking from personal experiments, we know who these, crazy bitches are, man. But I've met some good ones. From personal experiments, we know who these, crazy bitches are, man. But
we know who these crazy bitches are. By the way, Night Talks, he said crazy bitch on his 3 times on his last video. Every time I hear that, it's just music to my ears. I don't think they know who these crazy bitches are, really, though.
I don't know. You think any of these guys are engaged in petting zoo?
Yeah. Well, I saw Bronzebird in the chat. I don't know if he came up on the panel, but he is from the Black Identity Sphere. He was one that actually went after me like a year ago with Coffee Nino and Alice and Latin Patriot, those gulag fucking crazy bitches, got them convinced that I was a racist white supremacist, blah, 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 blah. And then they started coming after me. I'm like, you guys, I'm not here for you. But I remember Bronzebird.
I don't know, Hoodie. I talk feminist. To may not like that. Do black pill talk to women? It's fucking stupid.
Martina's perspective said crazy bitches?
Panel I've ever been on. And as I was, you missed it earlier. You came in late. I knew Doc back when he ran. When he was known as MGTOW Dictionary. How the fuck do you go from MGTOW dictionary to this?
Good morning, Kush. By the way, what did you say? Something witch? What was it that? Hold on. Yeah.
Who, me?
Gerald Witch? What is that? No, I was listening to Kush's stream from last night. He was talking about the hammers and stuff, the wrenches.
Yeah.
Yeah. That cracked me up.
Yeah, Iridium stream was pretty damn good tonight, you know.
Yeah, I didn't finish it. I got most of the way through.
Shit. And I think we sent a strong message, to all the fuckery that's going on too.
Hey Kush, now that you're here, I'm going to play this little clip for you, real quick.
Good now. So anyway, but what I'm saying is, when you go MGTOW, you're cutting out women completely out of your life. You're not even giving any chance, right? But if you're still going out, you're still having short-term flings. You're still, dating women, hooking up, whatever. You're going to find out real quick. And is there a chance you can be a 1% woman? Yeah, there is. But you got to be realistic that when we look at these stats, right, there's like less than 5% of women that are actually marriage material. Sure, you can meet one of them, but it's going to, you can't think that like a third of women are marriage material or 50% of women are marriage material. You got to understand, it really is a rare thing. You got to really vet the women so you don't ruin your life basically by picking the wrong woman. So that's
Jake, I think what you just said, that's what it comes down to. But we're going to be going in circles. Let's talk about this MGTOW. I think what Scribe just told him, man, like, I mean, do you have any like emotional pain from like isolating yourself like that? Because I just feel like, man, not talking to a woman for over 10 years, like that's got to do something to your brain.
What?
Well, the guy's a corporate. He goes online and talks to women still online. So it's not real MGTOW.
It gave me clarity because I don't have pussy on the brain.
Oh, okay, fake towel.
Sorry, I'm obsessed with the what? See? Kush, same reaction.
They're fucking dumb. They have no fucking clue what MGTOW is, or their red pill knowledge is fucking limited. They can't be. Where do they? They have no explanation. They never told me where they got this shit from. They made it up. They make it up. They came into. I don't even think they're true black pill. They just wandered around the fucking internet and wound up on Doc's stream and oh, we're black pill now and we can fucking use our platform, to tear men down and train them to be fucking and to accept themselves as inferior, disadvantaged manlet. It's fucking hypocrisy in every sense of the fucking word. And I'll tell you what, Hoodie, you would never see that kind of fucking shit on my fucking channel or anywhere in my community. When you're teaching men how to look in the mirror and accept themselves as a subhuman, inferior, disadvantaged manlet. What the fuck is that? You condone that? You condone that man to say that about himself?
Hold on. Subhuman comes from the Hormaxon community. Disadvantaged comes from the feminist. That's feminist rhetoric. They're always talking about the disadvantaged, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like a piece together.
Black pill knowledge. I can accept myself as a 5'8" subhuman, inferior, disadvantaged manlet. And now that I have black pill knowledge, I can apply myself in the dating market as opposed to a blue pillar. That was the quote that this man said in the chat. These people taught that guy that. They taught him that.
Yeah.
Hoodie, you condone that? You're cool with teaching other people that come to visit this channel and to absorb that type of content to program themselves into believing that they're an inferior human being? Answer me. Because somebody's going to fucking answer me. Doesn't have to be you. Let me ask you this, Hoodie. Do you accept yourself as a subhuman, disadvantaged, inferior manlet?
Sounds like the feminists completely won these men over. Well, I wouldn't say they subjugated them. If they're, I mean, they might say the things, but if they really believe the things, that's even more concerning.
I don't know, that comment that I saw just out of everything that transpired in this panel, the thing that blew me away the most was that comment that what that gentleman said in this chat on this stream. And it's towards the end of the stream. It just fucking blew me away.
Should we play it? Where is it?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't timestamp it. I think it was right around the time they were talking about LMS. Jake was giving me his definition of LMS, definition of the black pill, and it might be a little bit after that, but it might be.
See, we should transmax and infiltrate the gynosphere and vote as MTF. See, that's actually not a bad idea. Go ahead and transmax, you guys. Trans has all the power right now. They have the most.
Well, Hoodie, I'm sorry to tell you, man, but your ideology's fucked up. I'm going to tell the same thing to Doc when I talk to him. Your ideology's fucked up, bro.
Well, what's Hoodie's subjective definition of the black pill ideology?
I don't know. Yeah. May not be the next one, but I'll be back. I'm not done yet. I have something I'm working on, but I'll definitely be back. Well, me and Mandy, we'll arrange. I got Doc's email. We'll arrange something.
Here, I'm going to drop the link. Hoodie, you're more than welcome to come up. Only Hoodie. Just Hoodie.
What do you mean by you're not in that group, sir? What group are you? You're not black pill? What? Can't make up your mind? What? Or you don't subscribe to the version of black pill on Smash TV?
48 Laws of Dating and 48 Laws of Pimping. So somebody bastardized Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Is that what he's saying?
Doc sent me a copy of it. He sent me a copy of the black pill and the 48 Laws of Dating. I haven't cracked the 48 Laws of Dating. The only thing I was interested in was his black pill book, because I'm trying to figure out how the fuck he went from MGTOW Dictionary, to this bullshit. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. This is not the guy that I knew. This is, I don't know. It's like somebody killed Doc, took on his personality, and is LARPing, as a black pill or something. It's weird, you really got to understand it from my perspective. This is not the same. Like Hammerhand isn't the same guy that I knew back then.
But he's grown in a positive direction, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like Hammerhand and MGTOW Dictionary, swapped places. Instead of MGTOW Dictionary, going his own way, fucking MGTOW Dictionary goes fucking full bore black pill, and then Hammerhand goes full bore, MGTOW. It's weird.
Actually, Emmanuel's right. Feminists are colonizers of the mind. That's probably what happened to him. He got colonized by these crazy bitches.
Well, I observed this panel before, and I, normally the guys are just talking back and forth. It wasn't until this stream where Doc was here for like the first 30 minutes or so when I joined, and he dropped off, and then from there it got really stupid, because I wanted to have a friendly back and forth with Doc, but it's kind of it's impossible. There's no way I'm going to be able to talk to Doc on a panel like this. No way. You guys won't allow it. You guys are not going to allow me and Doc to discuss, how the hell he went from MGTOW Dictionary to Black Pill. The only way that's ever going to happen is if me and Doc are talking one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I want to know. I got to know. He's got to answer for this shit. He's got to answer, for that comment that one of his subscribers, put in the chat. The manlet put in the chat. Is this his idea of positive mentorship? Is this his idea of helping men? Because to me, if you actually brainwash somebody to believe that of themselves, to wake up every morning and look in the mirror, and think of themselves as a subhuman manlet, you're going to drive that man to fucking kill himself when he realizes that he's never going to be able to apply himself on the dating market or the gynocentric landscape. And all the money after I feel like he invests $100,000 to get leg extensions, goes to the dating market, gets shot down, and he kills himself.
Right. It's no different than what I see happening in the trans movement. Like these people mutilating their fucking bodies for some ideology.
Yeah, I have my opinions on that, but I've had trans in our community before, and out of everybody, that's currently in the manosphere right now, I'm in the MGTOW community, I'm probably the most qualified to fucking handle this matter.
I know. I want to see that. Is Mandy gonna pop up on your panel?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I told her to show up tomorrow. Showed her or him to show up tomorrow.
Tonight. That's tonight, right?
Well, tonight, Sunday night, 8:00,
Yep.
my channel.
Yep.
And to be vetted. Just to talk 10 or 15 minutes, just to get to know her, him, however, they choose to identify, just to feel them out to get an idea of what they're about and to make sure that they're not just here to troll.
Yeah.
And I want it on a live stream so that way I can bounce off, you, and because you've heard these people's voices before, if they're LARPing, you'd be the first to know. And if she this trans doesn't show, then she's gonna wind up banned off the channel.
Yeah. So
and everybody else should follow that lead.
Forward to it.
Yep, it's a LARP, Again, like I said earlier on Iridium stream, me and Iridium, I only found out about this like 3 days ago. I heard rumor that Mandy might be trans. Nothing solid or verifiable. A lot of dudes are pretty, wound up about it. A trans person being in the MGTOW community, but we've had trans men in the MGTOW community before that were widely accepted into many servers and channels and stuff. To me, it doesn't bother me. In my perception, these people are going through their own phase, their own process. They're harmless. I know Rusty's concerned that they're going to change the philosophy in MGTOW. Never happened. It's never happened. Never been threatened by anybody from the LGBTQ community threatening me or my MGTOW lifestyle. I get more shit from guys, these black pills, than I ever got from fucking from any trans or LGBTQ person. But experiences vary. I've had a positive experience, maybe, I think a lot of it has to do with people's internal fears, or perversions. There are a lot of people out there in the community that are probably still in the closet. Just saying.
Wow.
I've seen it.
By the way, good morning, Frank.
Let me tell you something. There were some people in our community who will go unnamed that were very interested in having relations, with one of the trans in the community. That's a fact. All right. So look, again.
I don't care what people do in their bedroom.
Right.
Honestly,
I said it way back then. way back then in the House of MGTOW Discord server, or way back when I was on Chris Can too, and I'll say it again now that I don't give a fuck where where you stick your dick or what you do, in, in your own sexual lifestyle, whatever you choose. That is not the topic of discussion. It is not the topic of my channel. Your lifestyle choices are yours, and if this trans person chooses to be trans, it's on, that's their right to choose that path for themselves. Would I recommend it? No. Do I condone it? No. But who am I to tell another person in the United States of America, where everybody has individual rights and individual freedoms to live their lives on how they want to? I would be a fucking fastest hypocrite if I attempted to do that. I'd be no better than a black pillar. Just saying.
Yeah. By the way, Hoodie, I just blocked you because I'm tired of reading your shit. This channel is not a channel where you can just come and diss on men that I actually respect. So I like Tony. I like 21 Studios. I like a lot of different channels in the manosphere. So you can go talk your shit about people on somebody else's platform, like your own. So if you have anything to say, you can hit the link. If not, you can just what have a solution to your problem? Fuck off.
Right. Turn the fucking channel. Again, this when you encounter a black pill, expect this type of response from them. If you don't buy into their ideology of facelifts, of leg extensions, and applying yourself with the dating market, this is the way they're going to treat you. If you announce that you're a red pill or MGTOW, you're going to get attacked. You're going to get attacked. That's what they're programmed to do. That's what they're brainwashed to do. They're very militant. Red pill ragers are the same. They behave very similar to black pills. They got their own little clique here. And if you don't, go over there and brown nose and kiss their ass, they're not going to accept you into their clique. In that process, they're not an open forum to where you can go there and you're going to walk away with anything positive. They're not going to mentor you into a positive black pill lifestyle because the black pill's toxic. This is toxic as shit. These guys are applying themselves on the fucking dating market. They're applying themselves on the same gynocentric landscape where there are over 150 laws that are stacked against them. And it's like I said earlier, say like that manlet, he gets leg extensions and he goes back onto the dating market and he gets, he may get lucky, he may get laid, but then, something else comes up, maybe he needs to get a nose job or something and they botch the surgery, and after all that money that he's spent doing what these guys are advocating for him to do, spending all these money to alter his body and shit, and one fuck up, one botched plastic surgery can fuck all that up, and put this man in a depressive state to the point he'll probably take his own life. These people are contributing to the male suicide rate.
Yeah. Well, I put the lion's share. Hold on. I know we've talked about this, Bullets. I put the lion's share of the responsibility of the suicide rate at the feet of the fucking feminists in the psychology field that are actually making it worse. So if our psychology field wasn't so fucking incompetent and full of liars, it wouldn't even be an issue right now. By the way, good morning, Riggs.
No shit. Put that in your black pill pipe and smoke it.
Well, it's almost 8.
Everyone's right. Pills are good. Ooh, more pills. Pills good. Fucking zombies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a long hard night's work.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I haven't laughed so much out loud. Dude, I was listening to yours and then I was listening to fucking Krish's. It was just I was cracking up. I'm pretty sure people were looking at me funny, but I don't care.
Yeah, we're better when we're off the cuff, me and Iridium.
Oh yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
It rolled really good.
You guys had me rolling fucking the beginning of Krish's stream.
The cool thing about that whole stream, especially, thank you, John, for participating in Contriver and everything.
Oh yes, and Rusty. I was just at the part where you and Rusty were kind of debating back and forth the pros and cons of a certain thing, and I was like, yeah, I love listening to two sides of an argument by people that respect each other
so much.
Yeah,
that's why I like Bandit so much. Because he could put up a good argument.
Yeah.
But me and Rusty, I understand Rusty's concern, and he's representing all the men that are concerned about this. It's okay, guys. Chillax. Everybody chillax. We're gonna handle it. We'll take care of it on our end.
But you know what? But you know what, Bullet? Something I want to point out that I think is super important that this could be a catalyst for, because Mandy made a comment in the email they sent me, something about not knowing how to help or something. And I think sharing her story about what happened and all that good stuff would be very fucking helpful, because I want to know more details about the gender dysphoria. I want to know about, what in society might have helped facilitate that. I want to know more, because
I actually had this conversation with Nurse Nadia and Saomi.
I know two. I know two. I know two personally. One's a friend and one's not. The one that's not is a fucking pervert, really. He just got off on fucking dressing like women and fucking like he was gay. Like it wasn't the kind of gender dysphoria that you would think was brought upon by the kind of abuse that it was more of a fetish, a sexual fetish. So those people are in a totally different group. The kind of gender dysphoria that I'm interested in is brought upon by society, because it's something that I actually experienced growing up because of my fucking mother. Right. So her attempt to get me to turn to alienate me from my father caused that in me when I was a kid. So if the whole Me Too shit and all the feminist bullshit was part of that. But that is something I would really like to just kind of deep dive with Mandy about after you're done with her, maybe if she'll come up on a stream and just talk and share.
Well, if she's legit, we could set that up if she's comfortable with that. But I want to reiterate the trans men that were in our community. When I first came into, the HOM, and when I was with Howard, Derek, Chris Cantu, and others, Dennis, aka Nurse Nadia, and Saomi, are good people, and I still consider them friends. I haven't spoken to them in a long time. We've lost contact, but I don't know where they're at. Last time I saw Dennis, he was in a server, and with Vox News, another young man that I helped to mentor, but they since I guess left and have gone their own way and are doing their own things, and I wish them the best. Saomi I haven't talked to in years, but we parted on good terms. There was no animosity or anything between us, and I still consider them friends, just as I consider Red Pole Jack or Joe Buddy or Miss Caw, Lori, and others as friends as well, because we were all in the same community. We all, we were all good friends and we got along well, you know, you know, MGTOW, trans, just normal people, married people, you know, just as we do now. And it was an open forum back then on Lycan Theory, and just like it's an open forum here on Good Mother, and we all
Yeah.
got along well, and that's really all that mattered. We were all friends, we'd have fun together, we'd hang out. It was good times, and nobody tried to change anybody. Nobody tried to like transition MGTOW into an LGBTQ, you know,
Right.
MGTOW. Never
Right.
happened.
But
Anybody tell you different is full of shit.
but I completely respect the people that are like, I don't want it on my channel. I mean, I
Understand.
respect the guys that are like, I mean, Hammerhand's one, he won't platform women either. Like Brandon Trueblood, he doesn't even want women in his chat. Like anybody that's like, these are my rules, I'm like, cool, it's your house.
I respect
But
those rules.
but Harley, yeah, has been for over 10 years. Their reasoning was to do with an actual mental illness, not because it was popular. That's the fucking that's the crux of it. It is a mental illness, but it's been exacerbated by its popularity. So
I think Dennis's situation, the way he explained it, it came. His mother pushed him into it because his mother was kind of like hard and abusive on him.
Yeah.
He had a rough family life, and he came from a very well-to-do family, and I think it was his way
right.
of lashing out at his parents, and he was going through a phase, And this is what I mean by MGTOW mentorship. Everybody else is very, very eager was, to throw Dennis away. And if Dennis were to come in here now as Nurse Nadia, all of you would turn your back on him. And the reason why you would is because you're not ready to be a MGTOW mentor yet. You don't have the skill set. You haven't learned. You're still going through your own process. Dennis was going through his own process, and I took the time to listen to his point of view, and he got the opportunity to explain what was going on from his point of view and
Yeah.
explain the process that he was going, what brought him into that and what he was going through. As a MGTOW, it's kind of like it could be a cry for help, and you know the suicide rate with trans is very, very high, and as a MGTOW, I believe that all men should be saved, even those that are going through a phase, that may think they're trans or just maybe going through a process and haven't found themselves yet. They can. Dennis is proof that they could come back. Saomi is to the extreme. She's pretty much made her choice that she wants to transition to a woman, but that's the path she chose to herself. I'm not condemning her for that. If that's what you want to do, you know, um, I can't stop you. Wish you the best of luck. Because it could be a hard road to hold.
Yeah.
If you do that, these people, are going through some heavy duty. You think you're going through some heavy duty psychological shit. These people have gone through things in life that push them into that lifestyle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For whatever reason, it could be family, it could be, just the gender dysphoria.
Society. Yeah.
Right. This is why.
But that's an environmental. It's caused by environment. Period. The end. It's not something you're fucking born with. It's something that's fucking nurtured within you.
I agree with Mandy on that. I agree with Mandy because what my in-depth interviews with Dennis and Saomi, led to that. There's some gender dysphoria there. There's some family abuse there. Again, these young people came into MGTOW looking for a father figure, a mentor, somebody that they can talk to, somebody that they can bounce something, just somebody to listen. How hard is it to fucking listen?
Yeah.
It's like that young man when he came into the community and shit, and he was in a dark place and he was suicidal. All he really needed was somebody to listen.
Ooh, Johnny Midnight.
And if you're not ready to listen, you're not ready to be a MGTOW mentor. You need to continue on your own process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
tonight's stream is interesting.
I'm looking forward to it, Bullets. Well, thank you for joining me for this. I just felt like a stream. I had to point out that first.
Yeah, I figure
I just
Saturdays are
loved
good
it.
for early morning streams. I mean, I'm just gonna take the day off. I've been
Yeah.
working my ass off for the past 2 weeks straight. So,
Well, apparently we have next weekend off. So my typical Tuesday, Wednesday that I'm off, I'm gonna actually work. So I will be off Friday. I think Friday night's my last night before I get 2 nights off. I don't fucking know.
well,
I'm just working.
If you want me to hook you up with Doc on Smash TV, and both of us can go over there and go through that hell. You know, a glutton for punishment.
I want to go by myself. I might just drop in. I might just
cool.
drop
Yeah,
in
I'll lurk.
anytime.
I'll send you over there by yourself, and I'll lurk and just watch. This should be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interested to see how they react around a woman since these guys are like, you know, so fucking endowed with black pill and can fucking slay pussy. You know, you know. That's just yeah. Anyway, I don't want to.
Is it going to be going into like the petting zoo?
Probably worse.
We'll see.
Yeah, saw the abuse. You saw the abuse I got. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get flirted with really hard too. You betcha. You know.
Well,
I'm
not up for abuse. I got quite a bit of that on fucking past the $40 stream last time I was on panel with Bronzebird. Those black men think that they can just talk any which way to fucking white women if they have been deemed racist white supremacists. So
yeah, I heard about. Are these guys in the black MGTOW community, or are you talking about petting zoo?
They're black petting zoo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's this thing called black MGTOW that I tried to engage them a long time ago, and when they found out it was white, they banned me.
Yeah. They're fucking racist. That's why.
You can't be racist in MGTOW.
No.
MGTOW is political. Being a racist is fucking political.
These black identitarians are fucking racist as fuck. All of them.
Infiltrators. They're infiltrators.
They're just racist.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You get some sleep. You know, I'm gonna crash myself. You know, so that way I can do this stream tonight, and I will see you all tonight, 8:00 Sunday. Bullets for teeth. To then own self be true. Smile and wave, Mandy. Smile and wave.
Bye. Bye, everybody in the chat. Johnny, it's good to see you. Frank, I haven't seen you in forever. We need to catch up too. Lord Jeremy, always a pleasure. Dark Blade. Emmanuel, I'm glad you haven't been genocided yet for being a clever black in South Africa. I hope Psych's okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. The way I look at men transitioning into women, I mean, in our gynocentric fucking society, it's like you tell men for how long that they fucking suck, that women are better and all the things. Like, I don't blame some men for trying to go to the other side, honestly. So, have a good night, Riggs, or a good day, everybody. Kush. Kush's quote. What was it? Something about grab your plate of dicks on the way out. Oh my god, I'm gonna pee. I need to stop laughing. Yeah. All right, Mandy, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be listening. I'll be at work, but I'll be listening to Bullet stream tonight. Yeah, Kush, you were cracking me up. I was laughing so much. Yeah, it brought back some memories. Oh yeah. Actually, one of the young gentlemen at work tonight brought that up. We were talking about Jordan Peterson. We were talking about some stuff. Yeah, I'm working my way through this place I work at currently. Pretty sure I have a certain department locked down on not hiring any more women. So I work my way through departments. I'm trying to work on trying to get somebody to report me to HR for hate speech or something. I don't know. It looks like my schedule might change, so I might come in like an hour earlier. So I might have a little more FaceTime with the daytime people. And there's a ton more women, and holy shit, there's quite a few feminists. So my goal is to rid the store of all feminists. It'll be fun. And to get reported to HR. That's another one of my goals. We'll see which crazy bitch has the guts. There won't be any anonymous fucking complaints. So, take care, everybody.